everybody, I'm going to show you again how to make this craft because I know that the Facebook camera wasn't so clear. So hopefully this video will help clear things up and give everybody another chance to make this if they wanted to make it. So what we have here is our DNA spiral. And came apart a little bit here. So what we have is our DNA spiral. And as we learned in our lesson this morning, DNA is made up of, the genetic sequencing in DNA is made up of these nucleotides, which we have the short form ACGT. So A and T are two different colors I've chosen that bond together, and C and G bond together. And these make the bonds in between these two bases in the DNA. And their sequence or their order is what makes the what we call genetic sequencing, which is the instruction manual for our body to know how it's going to build and what it's going to become. And that's why we all look different and have different traits, different features, is all down to how these nucleotides are arranged. So I've used 4 different colors. So I have yellow straw, blue straw, dark green, light green, just to know that they're 4 different nucleotides. Okay, so what I started with is 2 of each color. So 2 light green and 2 dark green. And then 2 yellow and 2 blue. Okay, so what you're going to do now is we're going to cut them in half. So all of them can be cut in half. It'll be a big mess if I do them all at once, so I'll do 4 at a time. So you cut them first in half. And then next, we cut these in half. So each straw is going to be cut into 4. So that each color, because we had 2, so it's going to be 8 of each color. So you see, for example, my blue, I have 8 of these blue. And I'll do 8 for each color, okay? As we learned this morning, certain nucleotides bond together. So A and T, which are these colors to me, but you can make them your own colors, they bond together always. And C and G, which are going to be these colors, always bond together too. So what we're going to do is tape them in the middle so that they're stuck together. Like this. And we're going to do that for every single one. So in the end, we will have 8 of each type of stick. Okay, it's easier if you put them on the edge. Maybe roll them in like this. So we're going to have 8 of these green ones, the AT ones, A and T bonds, and we're going to have 8 of the C and G bonds. Okay, once you have all of these bonds made, again, 8 of each, what we're going to do is lay out the tape. So I want you to see how this is like a sandwich for the straws. So we need a tape on the top and a tape on the bottom. So first of all, we're going to lay out the bottom tape. So it might help to have something heavy to weigh the tape down. And it's okay if it's a very long piece of tape because you're going to be cutting it at the ends anyways if it's too long. So oh, you can't see that. Sorry. Here you go. tape is so tricky. It sticks to everything. So I have my two pieces here, and their sticky side is up. So we have the sticky side facing this way. Where my fingers are, it's sticky. Okay. So genetic sequencing means the order that these are put in. So the pattern. So in your body, every single person in their DNA has a unique pattern or genetic sequence. And everything about you, what you look like, how your body was built, comes from this pattern. And I'm alternating here the different types of bonds. So if you can see, I'm alternating the colors. And what that means is that something so tiny as a DNA, can you think about how tiny this DNA is? It's inside our cells. So each one of our cells has 46 chromosomes, and inside the chromosomes are the DNA. That's how tiny, tiny, tiny this really is. And yet everything about us, everything about how we look, comes from something this tiny. And it also means that if you changed it, if one thing was different, you'd be a whole different person. How crazy is that? And no two people in the world have the same DNA. So that's something about you that is so unique. Only you have it. So I'm putting these all the way to the end. Okay. Now, the tricky part for me is to put this next piece of tape on there. Just because tape is so sticky. But like a sandwich, we want the other piece of bread, the other tape on top. Okay. That wasn't that tricky that time. I didn't make my tape long enough here. Just add a little bit. Now I want to make the straws nice and snug. So just go along and press the tape down. There. Okay, now at the ends, there might be too much tape, so we're just going to cut it right beside the straw. So as I spoke about today, this is the genetic sequencing that will be read by the body in order to know how to build its proteins. What kind of traits, what kind of features, what kind of cells are going to be built. And our actual DNA does not look like this. It's spiraled. So you can have fun spiraling your DNA. Maybe you can even have somebody hold one side while you hold the other side, and you can twist. And there's our DNA. Please send me a picture of your finished DNA so we can post it and share it. Thank you.